Jovia ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ageewala ennyo okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa Jovia kino ky'ekirabo kyange gy'oli
tewali kumu ku ki ky'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
My name is Amos Muhinduki. I'm the chairperson Loans Committee for Chaka Central Produce Dealers Circle. We received the funds in 2021, so we have gone 2 years down the road. We got 30 million, but at the moment we have around 52 millions. We have 54 groups from within Chaka Central alone, and around 34 groups have benefited. We are expecting another funding from government so that we can also bring the other groups on board. We give them loans. First of all, they pay shares and also save 10% of the loan amount that they want, and they take the loans for 6 months.
A very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We apologize for arriving to you this late. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and straight away into our weekly update or lunchtime news. President Yoweri Museveni has pledged that the government will prioritize the improvement of roads in Rakai, specifically those leading to Isingiro and other neighboring districts, to enhance connectivity. This commitment comes in response to concerns raised by locals through the Member of Parliament for Koki County regarding the current state of the road infrastructure in Rakai.
No eriva Rakai eritentanta muki nerigenda Isingiro okuliko ba chorus muzeyi buli wogenda bakusaba bingi era nze oli mu nkusaasira oba obijjukira oba bitya nze ntya n'okwogera ebingi naye amazima amatuufu gali nti eryo ekkubo lyokka lye njagala okwogerako ku lw'abantu abali wano singa onookitukolera ojja kuba ogase Isingiro ku Rakai ate n'eno mu Maserengeta ng'otaddeyo ekkubo erisobola okutuuka e Mutukula n'abava e Kasensero nga bakonnekitinga wano bw'oba togenze Masaka n'oyita ku luno oluddugavu n'ogendera ddala mpaka Mbalala. Akakalukako waliwo ssente za abanoonyi empungi refugees abanoonyi b'obubudamu. Omanyi waliyo refugees eyo mu Isingiro Nyakivale. Kati tugenda kukozesa ssente eziva oludda olwo okukola oluguudo oluva Kabingo lulwo wali wakati Rugaga, Rwangabo, Endinzi, Ntantamuki, Magabi, ndowooza wano Kibale,
ne lutuuka Rakai tugenda kulukola mulimu okugwamu amaanyi. Kati ebbanja eddala lwe luguudo oluva Lyantonde Rumbugu oba Lwamaggwa luyita Lwamaggwa ne lutuuka Rakai. Kati mugambye nti twongereko lutuuke ku nguudo eri eya ku mwalo oba awo sitegeddewo ngenda kwekenenyawo naye kibadde mu ntegeka yaffe okuva edda.
Now, Muslim lawyers are proposing to file lawsuits against both the buyer and the seller of the purported Sembable land following the auction that involves the National Mosque and other Muslim properties. This was disclosed at a dinner organized by Uganda Muslim Lawyers Association in Kampala.
The President, Uganda Muslim Lawyers Association, Ali Kankaka, says there is need to critically evaluate the court orders and the valuations presented.
And this thing of playing with old Kampala, trying to sell, Muslims are emotional about their faith. They can choose to take their things in their hands. And when they do, it is a terrible development for us all.
Meeting with Muslim lawyers in Kampala, Ali Kankaka said there is a concern that some may be trying to manipulate the situation to suggest selling properties instead of seeking alternatives.
It is also a possibility that create the animosity around the taking of old Kampala headquarters and all that, so that then government can easily say, pay that money and use part of it to compensate these people, to create that. So as Muslim lawyers, when you are looking at these things, we must go beyond the letter of these court orders. And we ask ourselves, what is the rationale of these people?
He speculated about government involvement in the situation, such as acquiring properties in exchange for compensation from other Muslim properties.
People are planning to sell these properties, but they are trying to play some of us into conceding that since there is a threat to the headquarters, maybe we agree some other properties should go instead of our headquarters. That those who entered into this transaction knew very well that we will be where we are, and therefore create the animosity amongst the Muslim community, create the tension, and then be able to agree to a trade-off. That maybe instead of taking this property, and this property, let's agree, say, Nigeria to go.
He called upon Muslim lawyers to focus on the facts and legal aspects rather than emotional reactions.
Individuals, again in the management of our Muslim affairs, may be actually dealing with other Muslim interests. Many of you have heard disappointment from government of our lost properties in Kororo and Chitante, which is due. And some people are saying that is what they are targeting. It is also a possibility that create the animosity around the taking of old Kampala headquarters and all that, so that then government can easily say, pay that money and use part of it to compensate these people.
Kankaka acknowledged leadership challenges and called on leaders to address the problem rather than increasing tensions.
So all of us belong to different groups, but we must know that our umbrella organization is Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. None of those individuals who are in charge have a superior claim.
He raised concerns about the potential impact on Islamic practices and the historical scars from the past disagreements within the Muslim community. Kankaka requested the political class and the judiciary to be cautious and avoid actions that could worsen the current situation. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Now, the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, has called for collective efforts from stakeholders in the justice, law and order sector, and this is towards administering justice to the public.
The report indicated an increase in public trust in the justice system and also an increase in case disposal by the judiciary.
Is that we have reduced the time taken to go to court of our people. How have we done that? We have availed more resources to the judiciary, everybody knows that. We have extended judiciary services to sub-counties. We're opening more magistrate circuits. We have ensured that we can even go to some courts online.
The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Robert Kasade, expressed worries over the congestion in prisons across the country.
We need the resources so that we can decrease this congestion to an affordable level. So we're saying if we get that 103 billion, we could do 4,000 new prisons that will decongest the prisons that we have today.
State Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, says government is committed to improve access to justice. However, there is need for collective effort from stakeholders in the justice and order sector. He revealed their move to work on the legal aid bill and to make amendments in the laws.
We must ensure that lawyers who take clients' money and then they don't perform are disciplined. But we also need to reform legal education in Uganda so that it responds to issues. But we also need to roll out legal aid supported by the government so that the poor can also have lawyers.
He, however, expressed need for more support in terms of funds and manpower to other stakeholders, as it is with the judiciary, to help in improving justice to the public.
I am here to say it should not be the National Resistance Movement government to be in the dock on such matters. I will continue advocating for the activation of those self-cleansing mechanisms.
Mao, however, asked development partners not to pressurize government following the recent passed anti-homosexuality law.
That why do our friends want to put us under pressure when the legislative loop has not yet closed? There are citizens who think that the law is unconstitutional. They can go to court, and they have gone to court. Why are we being judged by our partners internationally now, being arm-twisted, cancelling AGOA, threatening to withdraw PEPFAR funds, and so on and so forth?
The State Minister for Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, says there is need to sensitize the public on issues concerning justice, but called upon stakeholders to administer justice in a comprehensive way.
Going forward, that we consider the ends of our criminal justice system in a more comprehensive way of restorative, restitutive, as well as retributive justice. I therefore implore every one of you to work together using the chain link mechanisms of service delivery as commenced under JILOS.
The report was launched under the theme Empowering the People, Building Trust Upholding, and it was attended by stakeholders in the justice, land order sector JILOS. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
The United Nations Academy for Peace Operation and the Northern Atlantic Treaty Organization have launched the first ever virtual instructor-led training facility for regional service centers in Entebbe. The initiative, launched at the UN base in Entebbe, aims at strengthening the capacity of uninformed signals and ICT personnel through a virtual instructor-led trainer.
The mandate of ONCAP is to strengthen the capacity of uniformed signals and ICT personnel through specialized training on critical technologies, equipment and systems, as well as on UN procedures and operating environment. The RSC is developing into a training hub for UN peacekeeping missions in Africa, and the VILD, the Virtual Instructor-Led Training Center, will enhance the capacity of the center and ONCAP to deliver trainings in a more seamless and cost-effective manner. VILD employs online platforms for interactive sessions and enables real-time collaboration among participants. With VILD, we do not have to fly in participants from all over the world, but can have them receive instruction from their duty stations and location with the feel of being inside the training room. The VILD also offers a solid hybrid training methodology with theoretical materials offered online and practical exercise on the campus. This reduces considerably the cost of training.
This platform allows for an enhanced two-way communication between instructors and students. It fosters real-time interaction over a distance and enables the sharing of information through video, whiteboard collaboration, polling tools, and through presentations, etc. It will be a key element in the UN strategy for digital transformation of peacekeeping implementation, and it provides UNCAP with more flexibility to achieve their C4SR training for peacekeeping forces. At this moment,
the State Minister for Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs, Kabuye Togabye, has urged parents to ensure the well-being of their children as they head home for holidays. He made this statement during a Cultural Day event at Queens and Martyrs Secondary School in Kigoma.
As children embark on the holiday break, the State Minister of Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs, Kabuye Togabye, has urged parents to nurture their children by instilling cultural values.
Now I'm calling upon parents, as schools are going into holidays, please do your job. Help us. These are young people who the country actually, who will become the basis for this foundation for this country's growth and development. These are economically active age, which we are trying to come to a standstill. So please, parents, take care of your children during holidays, so that by the time you return them to schools, they are really not wasted Ugandans.
Addressing parents of Queens and Martyrs Secondary School in Kigoma, the minister argued the children to keep themselves safe during holidays, emphasizing the importance of avoiding diseases such as HIV/AIDS and preventing early pregnancies, especially among young girls.
But the beauty, the most annoying and regrettable situation is that out of the 52,000 new cases, almost 50% are young children and the new generation, 15, 13 years to 24.
However, he appealed to parents to cultivate a saving discipline so that they can send their children back to school early next year.
Let's cut the coat according to our sizes, let's spend according to our economic situations. Be mindful that tomorrow the schools are opening up and we shall need you to support these children.
The headmaster of Queens and Martyrs Secondary School, Jude Chibirije, also had this to say.
Origin of discipline, and students themselves, as you've seen them as we are performing, they were so conscious of how the situation is nowadays, and they were begging, in fact, urging the parents to see that we go back to the norms of maintaining discipline, because with discipline, it is the key to the success.
Omwana owenja buvunanyizibwa bwaffe okumuteekateeka naye ennaku zino abamu tusuddeyo gwa naggamba tukyagana kumanya tuzaala buzaazi ne tulekaawo bulungizi mpenkoni temuggwamu maanyi.
The day featured competitions among various houses, including Luanga, Chizito, and Imbaga, with Imbaga emerging as the overall winner. Justine Nakami, UBC News.
Men have been advised to not be intimidated by successful women entrepreneurs, but rather support them to ensure sustainable economic growth for the country.
If you find a broken desk, don't break it further. The desk is breaking, somebody says, after all we pay fees. No. Safeguard. We have had younger people who are destroying their own identity. You started from a school, your parents started from a school, then you are banning a school because of kawunga. You produce a coffee, our people want to simply remove the husks and sell the beans minus processing it. So you give your coffee away at very little price. The values that make our nation strong, such as freedom, equality, and justice.
By instilling in you things that are going to destroy you and your future generation. So if our ancestors, if the people who came before us knew our values, how about us?
Gani group kwa tayari kuondoka. Gani group kwa tayari kuondoka. Kura. Ha? Aya, one mic.
A number of skilled youth people in the agribusiness sector have benefited from a job fair organized by the Federation of Uganda Employers intended to provide job opportunities to the skilled unemployed majority youth in the country.
In a bid to celebrate and recognize women entrepreneurs who have contributed to the economic growth of the country, the Uganda Women in Business Leaders Association, UWIL, has yet organized its annual Women in Business Awards to recognize their efforts in doing business.
The members, the women, the entrepreneurs who have done so well, we took time to go through a process of nomination, which was done by the members and the women entrepreneurs. It was a process that was done with integrity.
The awarding ceremony was graced by the UN Women Country Representative, Dr. Paulina Chiwangu, who commended UWIL and the women entrepreneurs for the deserving work they do of wealth creation in the country.
Your dedication to fostering entrepreneurship, providing support, and creating network opportunities for women entrepreneurs has undoubtedly contributed to the economic growth of Uganda and the empowerment of countless women today. So let's hold each other's hands so that we climb the ladder together.
Chiwangu also advised the men not to be intimidated by the entrepreneurial success of their women, but rather support and mentor them in whatever they do.
As we are catching up and maybe leaving you behind somehow, don't demand that we hand everything to you. Ask us or we sit down together and discuss about what we have made for the benefit of the family. We know when you empower a woman, you empower a nation. So please don't be threatened by women empowerment.
Among others, the awards included Woman Entrepreneur of the Year, UWIL Rising Star, UWIL Honorary Award, and UWIL Involvement Award, where Dr. Jova Byalugaba scooped the overall Woman Entrepreneur of the Year for her efforts in bringing women entrepreneurs together.
It's okay to start small. It's only bad to remain small. Start wherever you are, don't despise humble beginnings.
Other winners of the annual Women in Business Awards had this to say.
I'm really happy about this award. It shows our commitment to doing what we are doing, and we just even feel empowered.
Pass it forward, encourage everyone, appreciate each and every one, no matter what their level is.
This comes after the 10th Annual Women in Business Leaders Conference 2023, where over 100 businesswomen shared ideas, most especially digitalizing their businesses. Rebecca Nantongo, UBC News.
And in Jinja City, the Deputy RCC Jinja City Southern Division, Henry Kitambula, has said what holds Ugandans is the mindset which calls for rethinking new development strategies. He was addressing students of Jinja College during a pass-out after a one-week training in patriotism.
The job fair that kicked off on the 29th of November was to create a platform for the job seekers in the agricultural sector to find employment opportunities for their skills.
And part of this partnership is to hold job fair as a way of connecting the job seekers to the employers. So we have invited the employers here, we have the job seekers, but we also have those entrepreneurs who are already doing their business, and we're looking into how best.
Different employers from the agricultural sector took part in the event.
Most of the employers who are here are more from the agricultural side. We have the Uganda Tea Association, Chagalanyi, Yuga Privi, and among many of them. So we have them here, and then we hope to have a similar set. But when you look at also in the side of the job seekers, we have more of those in the agricultural value chain.
One skills, we do not train people, like we will not come here and say for us we're involved with you in the
Ubc Foundation. The majority youth in Uganda are skilled with nowhere to practice their various skills, thus the need for creation of employment opportunities.
Uganda is one country where we have a useful population. About 60–70% of the population are youth, and having them employed is very important because there is a population that is very unstable. It's one of the areas that the government is grappling with.
The two-day event was themed Sustainable Agribusiness Practices for a Greener Future. Marina Wori and Robert Katamba for UBC.
And into the world of sports, Crested Cranes head coach Shariel Botez hailed the leaders after Friday night's international friendly 1-1 draw against Morocco at Pere Diego Stadium in Casablanca.
New life under their head coach, the Crested Cranes put up a good performance against African giants Morocco in their first friendly game in Casablanca.
First of all, I didn't have any expectations. I decided that this is our first match. I had 6 training sessions with the girls. So having expectations to beat Morocco, it was going to be a tough one. But we always had the hope. I always had the hope that we have a chance with the ability that we have. We played against the World Cup team. We played against the World Cup winning coach. So I knew it was going to be tough.
This was the first major test for the South African tactician, who believes the team can keep on improving.
To draw with Morocco wasn't easy, we knew that. But the girls got stuck in from the beginning, and I'm very happy about the performance, you know, more than the result. Because I know we're going to play, we need this kind of games.
The friendly second leg will be played on Tuesday, the 5th of December, in Rabat. Mashamira Victor, UBC News.
Well, that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for being a part of us. My name is Patricia Lukoma Patricia. We will meet again at 8 and 10. Good afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.